How's everybody doing? Welcome back to AssHat Podcast on YouTube. Got something here that recent announcement that I think it was Prima. There's like nobody making strategy guides anymore, which I understand the reasoning. I mean, you can get it for free on the internet. I'm kind of surprised strategy guides lasted this long. This is end of January 2019 as I'm filming. But back in the day, before internet, you got tips and tricks for your games from video game magazines, strategy guides, and buddies at school, like on the school bus, like kind of how when the original Legend of Zelda came on the Nintendo, within probably about a month of coming out, word had spread. Oh, if you want to play as the second quest, you start the game up, name yourself Zelda, you can play as the second quest. Or like on Mario Brothers, Ward the Warp, Super Mario Brothers. I hate when people call that game Mario. It's Super Mario Bros. There's a game called Mario Bros. Shit like that. Well, I found this at my local library. They have a constant ongoing book sale to help benefit the friends of the library. I think it gets money into the library's pocket because sadly, libraries just aren't funded real good in this state because the person in charge of the state wants to keep the people stupid. Yeah, fuck Haley Barbour, fuck Phil Bryant, and all the others have been in charge of the state. They pump all this money into other shit, but not in education. And they bitch about us coming in so low on the education standards. But they have this for sale. It's like a quarter, so I grabbed this. This is Secrets of the Game series, Super Mario World Secrets, Super Mario Brothers 4 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Most awesome secrets, unauthorized, uncensored edition. Russell DeMaria and Zach Mestron. Now, they're called Super Mario Brothers 4. The game was never officially called that. Is there any? This was a $13 book back in the day. It's not endorsed by Nintendo. It is from Prima. And I collect these now just because they're interesting. And they were known for the Nintendo Game Secrets things and the computer books. I'm trying to find a year on this. $1992. Wow, okay. And basically what it is that this just tells you, it's a strategy. It tells you how to play Super Mario World. And gives a little history, Mario's debut. Technically it's not Mario, that's Jumpman, but he's recognized by more children than Mickey Mouse. His games have made more money than the biggest motion picture in history, E.T. Oh god, that does date this. He single-handedly made the Nintendo Entertainment System the most popular home gaming system of all time. He's Mario, the little Italian plumber who appeared in some big games. The Plumber and the Gorilla. 81, blah, 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 blah. I liked it. The sequel to Donkey Kong Jr. is the only game Mario has ever appeared in where he's the bad guy. The player controls Donkey Kong Jr. as he climbs, swings on vines to rescue his caged papa from Mario. This was a fun game, although not quite as good as the original. There was even a Donkey Kong 3, but it was basic and boring, arguably the least distinctive of Mario's game. Mario is not even in the game, and it's not boring. It's a really fun game. It's a shooter. And that's about Mario first appearing and how Super Mario Brothers helped sell the NES. I mean, everybody I knew, they wanted an NES to play Super Mario Brothers because they'd heard of it or played it. I played it in an arcade a long time before I got it. And they're talking about Mario Brothers 2, which of course everybody knows now. The Super Mario Brothers 2 on the Nintendo was Doki Doki Panic, a Japanese game. They kind of changed because the Super Mario Brothers 2 that came out in Japan was basically just a slightly harder version of the real Mario Brothers. Okay, there is a real Super Mario Brothers 2, but only in Japan, and will almost certainly never be released here. Why? Because in Japan, Famicons not only accept game packs, but computer discs as well. These discs can hold more information than game packs, and many Famicom games are released on disc. The disc slot was removed from the Famicom and was turned to the NES. What it all means is that you'll never see the real Mario 2. Okay, first thing, they're so full of shit. The carts could hold as much, if not more. There was no disc slot on the fucking Famicom. Oh, God. And Dr. Mario. They're talking about the scaling, which it could scale backgrounds, but not sprites. I like this. A few elite and disgustingly wealthy players were exploring Super Mario World before the SNES, or the SNES, was released. They purchased the Super Famicom along with the equipment to allow it to operate on U.S. televisions. What equipment? These started to channel 98 or 99. We just had our hands on the Super Famicom. We thought we'd show a few interesting pictures of the Japanese and American versions of Super Mario World. The Japanese version, when the 96 goals have been achieved, it doesn't look anything special. When the American version, when 96 goals have been achieved, a star is placed next to the number. That's the basics. And it's just a straight. It shows you, how to save simple shit and then harder shit. And like, I'm kind of wanting to play this again and use to see if it can help me, because I have beaten Super Mario World. It's been a long time, because I was never what you really call a Nintendo kid. I had an NES, I had a Game Boy, I had a Super Nintendo. I skipped the N64, I had a GameCube, and I have a Wii now, but I was never big in the Nintendo, so I was more of a Genesis guy. And just a lot of pictures. And the pictures on this aren't bad. I mean, they're black and white. And they got the villains, and they show you the checklist of the goals, and they give you maps and shit. I hate doing books, though, because they're hard as hell. Okay. Just, these are interesting things. And some of these are collectible now. I doubt this one is. I got a handful of these. I pick them up when I find them cheap. If $1 or less. Because back in the days, I subscribed to Electronic Gaming Monthly. And I'd pick up stuff like GamePro and others often. So I never really needed these, because I had, the magazines. And plus, when I was heavy into video games, I'm not a huge video game player now. I play older stuff. Back then, I was still in school. A lot of my buddies around. So if I need help with this, they'd tell me. Kind of like the last game I remember everybody being all over was Mortal Kombat on the Genesis and Super Nintendo. All the tricks. Like, I figured out every trick in the Genesis version. Like, not only is there a reptile, but if you did the pit stage, if you did one of the endurance rounds and went down there, you'd fight reptile plus like a glitched up version of other characters. And just stuff like that. And as you see, all the different worlds. And they tell you about the Star Zone and the Special Zone and all this shit, which I don't think I ever made it to never beat the Special Zone. The Super Secrets, Extra Lives, Vanilla Secret 2, Farce Illusion. How to replay stuff, 10 million points, and how to send in your tips so you can help them write the next book and probably not get much. And a checklist. I like to. There's a lot more where these came from. So, you got all this. These are interesting little books. I just found this recently. I bought myself in boxes because I've never unpacked everything. I found, I was like, okay, people might be interested. So I did a video. Well, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.